Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode, all to do with resilience. I think resilience is a word that definitely gets thrown around a lot. A lot of people understand what it is, and a lot of people don't understand what it is. But if we can define resilience in a very simple way, it's about overcoming challenges. So how do we overcome challenges? And that really involves our own belief in our ability to overcome challenges. We learn resilience through experiences that we have in life. And a lot of the time, those experiences aren't amazing experiences, they're challenging experiences. They push us to our limits. They push us outside of our comfort zone. And when we overcome that successfully, we learn that we can do it time and time again. The important thing to remember about resilience is that we don't just arrive here with enormous amounts of resilience. There's no ways that any child can go to school on day one without being a little bit nervous or without potentially crying or feeling anxious. There's no ways that a child can go to their first play date feeling completely calm and collected. All of those are little experiences that add to our greater understanding of what we are capable of deep inside. As you know, I'm all about the magic that lies within us, and it's about fostering that magic within us, fostering that strength within us. I often find that when I'm talking to children and parents and I say to them, what is the one skill that you really want to have? What is your biggest wish when it comes to being a superhero? And time again, I get the response, I just want to be strong. Strength and resilience go hand in hand together. But again, strength comes from a process of being developed. It's not just there, it's not just a given. It comes from life experiences. So when we talk about resilience, we often go into what is a fixed mindset and what is a growth mindset. And I think us as parents, we've all come across this when we say to our children, how exciting, today is going to be a wonderful day, you've got a test, and then you're going to a play date, and then you're going to come home and we're probably going to get stuck into some homework. And your child goes, oh my gosh, I'm not going to school. I'm not going to school. I can't do the test. I'm going to fail the test. When we talk about a fixed mindset, what we need to understand is that there's actually a lot of fear that's happening within our children. Even if we think about ourselves and we think about when we are approached with a new opportunity and we automatically shut it down. Why is that? Because what's underlying that is a sense of fear. So we can't expect our children to naturally welcome new challenges and new opportunities. They're not aware of how to welcome that yet because they haven't been through something similar yet. They learn about these new opportunities and these new challenges through experience or through listening to our experiences of something similar. We can't move from fixed mindset straight into growth mindset without going through some experiences, without us modeling these experiences to our children. So what is really important for us to actually do at home is to model opportunities to gather more of a growth mindset. And a really nice way to do this is to push your children outside of their comfort level. Not to extremes, but if you look at a week in the life of your family household and you identify what are some little areas that I can actually encourage my children to get a little bit uncomfortable. For example, that might involve your child going to a party for the first time where it's a drop and go. And you prepare your child for the fact that you are going to drop and go. You encourage them that when they get there, you will be there from a safety perspective. You know the environment that they're walking into. You know the people that will be greeting them. But also at that point, you're going to say goodbye to them and you'll be back an hour later. This can be really triggering for a child, but it is something that they need to learn. And it is something that their brain automatically will go, this is very fearful, but once I've done this once, it's a little bit easier to do again. So the lead up to something like that is uncomfortable, and the more we create predictability around it, the easier that situation will be to manage when the time comes. What comes into developing a growth mindset is an inner sense of understanding and an inner sense of awareness. So let's support our children in finding ways to make things predictable for them. The week before school starts, remind them, school is starting next week, it's really exciting, it's an amazing opportunity to make new friends, or it's an amazing opportunity to see your friends who you haven't seen during the holidays. When you are on the way driving to school, what you can do is keep things really light and fun. Play their favorite song in the car, sing with them, tell them how much you believe in them. Don't talk about the doom and gloom of the situation that's coming up. Don't go into a place where, now remember, if you feel upset today, this is what you need to do. Remember, if you start getting tearful, this is what you need to do, because then we're actually feeding more of a fixed mindset and not a growth mindset. So we actually want to open things up and talk about the opportunity. Today at school, you're probably going to meet somebody new. You're probably going to have a new story. Your teacher's going to make you laugh. I've put an amazing snack in your snack pack. Talk about all of the opportunity and the lightness about that moment that's coming. And then when you go to say goodbye to them at school, hearing things like, you've got this, you can do this. I trust you to have the best day ever, and you know what? I'm going to be here at 1 o'clock when you come out of those doors. Small things like that, just keeping it positive, is what really expands the mind to go, I can do this. Another really, really powerful way to do this is to actually develop a set of affirmations with your child. Sit down, get comfortable, get playful, get curious. Put a whole lot of crayons out and get some colored pens and some paper, and just come up with 3 affirmations for a week. If you have something difficult approaching, a new school, a new term, moving houses, moving cities, anything like that, where we really actually need to go in and draw on resilience, any of those situations that are coming up, we developed 3 affirmations for that. Some wonderful affirmations that children love to hear is, I am safe, I'm loved, and I can do this no matter what. Those 3 simple things, take that paper, put it up in their room, every morning when they wake up, say to them, come, let's go stand in front of the mirror, let's do our affirmations. I'm safe, I'm loved, I can do this. Before they go to bed at night, tuck them in, give them a kiss and say, remember, you are safe, you are loved, and you can do this. The more we reinforce these positive affirmations, the more the brain goes, yes, I want that, I believe in that. And eventually it becomes a subconscious habit of going, actually, I totally believe that, and I welcome these opportunities to test myself, to push myself a little bit further and to see where my boundaries lie. So I want to challenge you parents this week to develop 3 affirmations for your children and for yourself. The funny thing is when you do these affirmations with your children, you actually feel a bit better too, and you'll start believing them as well. So as always, let's get a little bit curious, try them, give us feedback, see how it goes, and we welcome you to the next episode.